Hi, this is Jason Fielder with the Daily Forex Report for September 27th. Currently looking at the US Japanese yen pair. This particular pair closed lower on Friday, did break and close below previous support, so we are looking for this pair to continue moving down with a bias to the downside. If you notice, this pair did gap 29 pips at the open. Currently it is down about 50 pips, hitting right around the 89.08 level. Is where it's kind of hit some support. Now we are looking for this pair to potentially move as high as 91.87, possibly as low as 88.85. Look for some resistance around 90.11, and look for some support around 89.00. Now let's take a look at the Euro USD pair. This particular pair closed up for Friday session, pretty much tagged previous support levels, formed somewhat of a doji bar, so we could get a change in direction, although that does not always hold true as noted here. This pair did gap up 34 pips at the open, so we will look for it to retrace. Remember, we have around an 89.1% chance of all the pairs that gapped on the open of retracing prior to Friday's close. Now, we are expecting this pair to continue moving sideways with a bias to the down, or bias that is sideways as well. Look for this pair to potentially move as high as 148.05, possibly as low as 145.42. Look for some resistance around 147.65, and look for some support around 146.13. Okay, now we're going to look at the pound US dollar pair. This particular pair closed down on Friday. It is moving lower with a bias to the downside. I love it when we have a strong move to the downside and a pair gaps up, as this pair did. It gives us a great opportunity to go ahead and sell into that and get it, hopefully get the trade running to the downside, which so far that is what we've seen. Now we are looking for some resistance around 160.66 if it moves that high, possibly hitting some resistance or some support around the 1.5850 level. We're pretty much at that right now, so we'll just have to keep an eye on it. Now let's take a look at the US Swiss. This particular pair formed a doji bar as well, closed down for the session on Friday, did gap down at the open 24 pips, looking for it to move higher. We are expecting this pair to potentially move as high as 1.0403, possibly as low as 10179. Look for some resistance around 10340, and look for some support around 10216. Now, we don't really have any news announcements, no significant news announcements as of yet for tomorrow's session. I do want to show this pair just continues to move lower. We've got two options here. We can wait for it to retrace, and when it breaks above the high of this session so far, which would put us right around the 89.66 level, we can go ahead and buy in there and basically look to take 15 pips out of the market. There's actually 18 from 89.66 to Friday's close. So if this pair does reverse and move back up throughout the week, if you get a break here, you could see it go for 15 pips. Just take 15 pips out of that real quick little scalp trade. Now, however, if this pair continues to move lower, which it seems pretty persistent on doing, at that point, when we've gone 150 pips from the opening price, at that point, the odds are, if you go ahead and sell short, that and put your stop loss above the high of the session so far, that the pair is going to continue down all the rest of the week until the close on Friday. That's just the odds. It doesn't always happen, but the nice thing about it, when it does, your risk is a little bit, basically around 150 pips, but you can get a week where it runs all week, and of course that could be several hundreds of pips, 300, 400, 500 pips. So that's two ways to play this U.S. Japanese yen gap play here. So just wanted to let y'all know about that. Well, that about does it for today. Until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.